What's up, guys? Here with this week's Q&A. As always, I appreciate you guys for these thoughtful questions, and I am happy to oblige and answer. I've got a good one this week, too. Just FYI, man, like, they don't have to be training related. I'm more than happy to answer, like, whimsical questions or things that have nothing to do with nothing. Trust me, I find great joy in those. Anyway, let's get right to it. What is the best bulking food you've found you can shovel into that is easy calories? Bulking has been very difficult for me. Eggnog. If you've been on my channel for any amount of time or follow my Instagram or Facebook, you'll know that it's eggnog. Southern Comfort vanilla spice eggnog. And it's not alcoholic. A lot of people think because Southern Comfort is alcoholic. It's not alcoholic. There's over 7,000 calories in 1 gallon of that stuff. So, like, if you took a red Solo cup, which is 2 cups by measure, sorry if you're not American and you don't know what a Solo cup is. Anyway, it's 2 cups by measure, and that's, not metric measuring either. So, sorry again, my foreign friends. America! Anyway, if you were to drink 1 Solo cup full of eggnog with each of your 3 square meals, if you're eating 3 square meals, you're adding over 2,000 calories a day to your diet just by a Solo cup full of eggnog. So that's by far and away the easiest. Otherwise, just typical things. There's peanut butters, chocolate milks, adding stuff like olive oil to your rice. Don't take shots of olive oil. I know some people take shots of olive oil to try to add in extra calories. Feel like, that's going to kind of run right through you. If you've ever drank straight olive oil and then noticed that your next shit is really slimy and oily, your body didn't absorb that oil. It just went through you. So, like, putting it on rice and eating it in other foods and things like that. Just little ways to add things, add sauces here and there to your foods. But eggnog is the answer. I'm rambling. Is it worth going above 10 reps on bench press, for example, 15 to 20? Yeah, it's worth going above 10 reps. I think there's a lot of value in doing some of these higher rep sets, even if hypertrophy isn't necessarily your main goal. If you want to run a block of 15 to 20 rep bench and try to strengthen your 15 to 20 rep range on your bench, you're going to get some hypertrophy from it because you're going to be near failure getting effective reps. And generally, once you start whittling that down, if you got stronger in the 15 to 20 rep range, when you drop down to the 10 to 12 rep range, when you end that cycle, you'll probably be stronger too in that rep range. And then when you drop down to the 6 to 8s or however you want to progress it's all going to accumulate, and you're generally going to be stronger in each progressively lower rep range, building that base with the higher rep range. So absolutely, it's worth it. What are your thoughts on a strength hypertrophy upper lower split? That's basically like undulating periodization. It's fine. It's an effective method. It's been proven effective by many lifters over the years. That's just another form of undulating the periodization. So I think where the real beauty in that sort of one lies is you're doing the strength work, which I assume in this case is going to be a bit heavier and a bit lower weight, or higher weight and lower reps, and then alternating with the hypertrophy, which, again, I'm making assumptions here. I'm assuming that you're going to do this in kind of a lighter weight and higher rep scheme. So you're almost letting your body rest and letting your joints heal up a little bit in that sort of way. So, yeah, I think that would be a better than good way of undulating your periodization. This one is more for fun, but if you go back in time and watch a single sport strength bodybuilding event live, which would it be? The Rumble in the Jungle. To be there, that atmosphere was probably absolutely electric. Watching Ali make his triumphant return to being the king and beating George Foreman as the underdog, I think that would be absolutely insane. And then kind of the silly one, I'm going to go with the 2004 World's Strongest Man, but only under the caveat that I get to party with Mariusz Pudzianowski.
You will never guess which strongman Tested positive for cocaine.
What is your favorite arcade game? I am going to say it's going to be kind of a toss-up. Probably either, gosh, I really like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. That was really good. NBA Jam was really fun too. I'd really have to think more of that, but those are the first two that come to mind. Thoughts on adductor and abductor training? Yes, do them. I find a way to work them in my warm-ups or after my working sets, but they are really good in my opinion for hip health and knee health. And it's not even something you really have to push super duper hard, but I would suggest anybody asking to do them. Thoughts on high RPEs for bench year round? Do they have a place for lifters too weak to get meaningful fatigue from high effort? Yeah, like do an RPE 8 or 9 single and then do your working sets. Easy peasy. When new to pin squats, is it okay to start them off at a lighter weight on a secondary squat day? Absolutely, and I will expand on that and say when you're new to any variation, even if it's a quote-unquote easier variation, like say you're doing a block pull instead of a deadlift or something like that, always err on the side of caution and start them light, just because you've never done them before. There is some skill acquisition required. They have a different feel to them. So absolutely start them off lighter, and a secondary day is fine. Yeah. Making them your main squat movement, I would imagine, on that secondary day. Yeah, start them lighter, build confidence, and then work your way up. How would you address imbalance of strength in a limb besides unilateral work? I would get it amputated because no weak ass bitch assness is in my body. I'm just kidding. I would unilateral work and then do your regular work. It's probably going to catch up. The body tends to find ways to balance itself. But that unilateral work, and it's not something either where like I would isolate it unilaterally. Like if say in your instance you said your left leg is stronger than your right one, I wouldn't not do the unilateral work with your left one and only focus on the right one unilaterally either. I would do them both, because typically, even if as your left leg gets stronger, your right leg is going to catch up, just kind of by default to it. That's, they tell you a lot of times from the doctor, like if you break your arm or something and you can only use one arm, they tell you to make sure you keep strengthening your other arm. And then when you get the cast removed and you can use your flimsy arm again, it catches up a whole lot quicker to the other side when you've been strengthening the other side. Which old school YouTuber would you bring back? Yeah, the old Elliot Hulse, I think would be number one. I'd like to see Jonnie Candido uploading more often. He's still active, I guess, but we get like 1 or 2 videos a year. So yeah, Jonnie, upload some more videos, man. Especially he's got some really fire edits and shit too. I don't know if he holds himself to that highest standard now that it's monotonous and tedious and takes a while to make a video up to that standard, and not just, throw up like a training vlog or something anymore. But I'd like to see him uploading more. General thoughts on different belt types, lever, buckle, any other types. I am a single prong for lifer, just because you can adjust it on the fly. You don't need tools and stuff to adjust it like you do a lever belt. And especially being a big guy for so long, on a day-to-day basis, you have water fluctuations during a meet. You might be more bloated or less bloated during the meet. So being able to adjust on the fly in different holes without having to use a screwdriver to adjust your lever or anything like that, super duper convenient. And especially now with like the Pioneer cut, you even have more ability to adjust down to an even finer detail. So I would always go single prong. Peace.